Harsh, cold, dangerous, and unrewarding. These terms could be used to describe most of your life surrounding your time on Danton.
Yep.
A gas giant in the Angmar system, and currently under the control of the Hellion Imperium.
Mm-hmm.
You have been a mechanic for as long as you can remember. You were born into the Hellion Imperium on Peccatum Epsendare 99, PA 99.
Mm-hmm.
You grew up in the underground facilities along with other dwarven families. The Empire themselves likes their structure and segregation between races upon PA 99, which you and your families didn't really mind at all too much.
Yeah.
Kept you away from the knife ears, scale skins, and clip-flops.
What? Are those like satyrs or those?
Tight tieflings.
Okay, yeah. Alright, that makes sense. The clip-clops.
Clip-clops. Get these damn
Knife
clip-clops
ears.
out of here.
Or knife ears, the scalers.
Yep.
Clip-clops.
Clip-clops.
You guys cool with clinks? Or?
Hey, I mean, like, I have clinky fingers.
As far as you know, PA 99 and the Hellion Imperium doesn't really care for AIs all that much either.
Yeah.
They use robotics here and there,
But there's
or
no,
their technologies and
there's
advancing
no
them.
free roaming.
But
AI.
no, there's not really any free roaming AI.
Yeah, or a true AI, I suppose.
Your family had the mission of keeping Abramok, the city of forges, lit, running, and hot at all times. If you want me to spell that, that is ABRIYMOCH. Abramok.
City of Forges?
City of Forges, named after the 4th level of Hell. Abramok is an interconnected maze of dwarven residential areas, heated aqueducts that carry molten metals, coal and hydrogen mines to keep fires lit, and the largest forges known to the living world.
Hot as fuck. Okay.
It's hot as fuck. These forges supply the Empire with massive Citadel ships and create the construction materials to keep all of PA 99 alive. Basically, the beating heart of the Hellion Imperium.
Mm-hmm. It's the work. It's literally the forge. It's the work.
Yep.
Construction and ship.
Yep. Construction and ship materials. It was rough. Always working even from a young age, always hot and needing to wear protective suits against harmful gases and outrageous temperatures.
Yep. Second skin.
You hated it. Your mind was never on the work at hand, and always coming up with new ways to make the job easier through technology. You're an inventor, with a brilliant mind, although your family never really paid mind to it, or gave you the gratification of it. Always told it's best for you to work with the tools you have, and to quit cutting corners.
Unappreciated.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
But you couldn't. The idea of creating something better to the lives of other Terrans, or to get you away from the fires of home, was more than enough motivation to get a ticket off that planet. It took several years, however, to get the funds to leave home, but eventually you did. You took a job mining upon another planet, and that was Dantham.
Mm-hmm. Mining based off the nearby station. I
Yep.
assume.
Where you currently reside right now, aboard the ice mining station Dumathoin.
You know what? Obviously. What kind of gas is it?
The gas planet itself is made of helium,
Okay. Mining frozen helium and other gas.
and you're actually mining frozen H2O.
Okay.
As
Literally mining.
yeah.
Because I imagine.
Sorry, it's not helium. It's hydrogen. It's a hydrogen planet.
Makes sense.
Hydrogen comes off the planet and forms ice balls out in space. The space station is called Dumathoin, and like the station dictates, it is your job now to mine the ice off the perfect spherical balls of frozen water that revolve around the planet's rings. The ice is used for the Hellion Imperium. It is their main source of water, as PA 99 has basically taken over the entire planet with industry. So there's not really many.
So it's almost like Machine Planet.
It's almost like a machine planet. There's not really any natural water sources anymore, and there's no.
Well, I already have the 4th level elements. That's enough to describe
Basically,
it.
yeah. It's basically what it is.
imagine it's got a pretty heavy dwarvish population.
PA?
Yeah. Aberlock.
Aberlock? Yes, Aberlock is mainly the dwarven city.
So is that just a city on PA?
That is just
Okay.
a city on PA, is Aberlock.
Aberlock.
That is the city of Fortress.
Yes, gotcha.
There are other cities on PA, but so you basically got away from the fires and into the ice.
Literally to 180.
Yep. The hours were tolerable, and company was much more desirable. Having just a small team of about 20 or so others to work with in your specific division, there are several other satellites around the planet itself. You're just one of a few. You get along pretty decently well with your division. You tend to keep to yourself more so than anything.
Yeah, because it's a mix of
It's a mix of races.
Terran races, and there was another race. I remember with the cars. There was
Yeah.
they were like the fucking Minotaur people, I think, right?
Yeah. You all basically switch off maintenance on the station between actual mining near the planet and shipment and cargo to PA-99, since all of your shipment goes to them.
So I'm like a minor millwright, essentially.
Basically, yeah. And for the time being, you're actually happy. Something you haven't felt in some time.
Content.
Gave you the ability to branch out and create something you always wanted to. Something to help others and to make your life easier. Built a drone. Not just any, however, the drone was built in your likeness, and you gave it a personality to match yours.
That's right.
You had given it life and meaning to a piece of machinery. Something you'd never seen or heard anyone doing. At least not to this point to perfection, besides an actual AI system. The drone was far below that of free thinking, but it felt like it had its own soul too.
Choice.
Perhaps this was something you could end up giving to a vast amount of people, and perhaps you could create more of an empire of wealth from your inventions. Was something to think on.
Get Chatsy type again.
Currently, however, you have just gotten off your shift for the time period. You were out on one of the mining crafts harvesting ice blocks for shipping and cargo, and you just had delivered the last of your load for your quota today and headed to your personal section on Doom Fun. The station is big enough for each worker to have their own basic necessities. Think of it as a small 1 or 2 bedroom apartment. It's based. Yeah, you have a little condo. It took some time to get used to life up here in the void. No stone to sleep on and very little amounts of alcohol. But it was a drastic change from the forges at home.
What?
Your apartment has all the basic necessities that you need. Snacks can be found inside the kitchen compartments, whereas a full meal would be in the mess hall aboard the station. You've managed to smuggle a stash of real dwarven alcohol in your place as well before lying down. You have a bit of it and stash it away for later.
Stash.
Your next shift is in 6 hours. You might as well take a break before starting another 16-hour shift.
Well, I guess dwarves don't really like that's like probably an 8 hour standard day.
Everyone aboard the station works 22-hour shifts, 14 hours of work, 2 hours of break in between, split up however they wish, and 6 hours of rest time.
16-hour shift.
You rest as much as you can.
Yeah.
4 hours later, you get a call that you had not been expecting so soon. It was from the Ministry of Technology and
It's
Advancements.
a call I'm not expecting. Have I ever been called by the ministry?
You recall you had requested a meeting with them
Okay.
in regards to the drone you had built in hopes of them taking interest and possibly making a partnership to be able to create more and sell it as a product.
Okay, so I don't have the path. It has sense, yeah.
So you call the Ministry of Technology and Advancements to come and check it. Or you can call it MATS.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking.
MATS. MATS. Much to your excitement, they accept your invitation and request to meet, although it will take some time before they can be there. They expect to arrive by the next day during your break-in shifts, so you have some time to prepare. But for now, you may do as you please for the next couple hours before your actual work begins. What would you like to do?
I know I wanted to load up on a couple more things. I assume I'll probably need some blast charges. But I think I wanted to tweak Joyce a little bit more. Manipulator arms have been acting up. They're not manipulating.
You named your drone Joyce. Joyce. If you'd like to tweak a few things, you can make an engineering check on her. I said if you'd like to make an engineering check, try and improve some stuff.
Start doing engineering character as one of the deep rock galactic.
Leave me alone.
Pretty sure he is.
Rock down!
Well, wasn't it a little carrier? Molly, yeah.
Yeah, Molly. That's literally what it's kind of like Molly.
Yeah.
The mule.
The mule.
Mule. 17 plus 6. 1 mule. Okay, 23.
23? Yeah, you don't take too long. You fix a couple of
Yeah.
capacitors and tweak her arms a little bit.
Yeah, just a couple of adjustments.
Add a little bit of oil to it. They're getting a little rusty, but
Yeah.
she's working in fine condition, helping you about. She does help you during mining and on maintenance on the outside of the ship.
Yeah, because she's got 4 arms, essentially.
Yeah.
2 are melee and 2 are manipulators.
So she does help out with you. She also helps out some of the crew whenever you allow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I think she can go on like a decent range.
Yep.
I can tell her, be like,
Bitch, move.
Get out the way.
get out the way. She's like,
Chill.
Yeah, I think
Does she fly or she?
Yeah, does she hover? Does she crawl?
she's I think she's just a regular land drone. I could have made her a hover drone or a.
So she's like Molly.
She's she's literally Molly. I'm pretty sure. I just have to look at it again.
Yeah, go for it.
So
What?
Where did that come from? This is not mine.
That's what mine.
yeah, the combat drone moves along ground with wheels, tracks, legs, or similar function.
Whatever you want.
Honestly, tracks would probably be a lot better on ice. So she's just tracked out.
Track down? Okay. So she has like 2 like caterpillar tracks.
Pretty much, yeah, it's full on.
So she's a Wally.
She is a wall. Oh,
Yeah, you got the manipulator.
nice. Just imagine Wally with 4 arms.
Yep.
That's 4 arms.
I hate it.
And she
And
probably,
whom are just punching arms.
yeah, literally just punch her arm for mining.
Boxing gloves with springs.
Yeah. She's literally breaking ice up. Yeah, and you know,
Terrifying.
yeah, and for efficiency, I don't give her 2 eyes; it's just 1 big eye. You know, she doesn't even check perception.
Yeah, you just give her a 360 dome.
Yeah, it's armored body, and yeah, because it can be a weapon or melee weapon up to 2 any.
It's just like the Boston Dynamics. Those are the guys that make the like combat robots.
the ones that they keep kicking over and shit. Yeah, because you can choose a combat drone, a hover drone, or a stealth drone. Which I'm sure barrel out if a robot disappeared. I'm like, yeah, it can think for
Well,
itself.
I'm the one that disappears.
Yeah, it can think for itself.
Anyways, I started blasting.
Yeah, so that's pretty much what it does.
Cool.
Moving to 30 feet, it's hefty.
She a thick girl.
Yeah, she gets an increase in strength and dex. Comes with reductive plating. So
So you take a little while and spend the rest of your time resting up and fixing Joyce.
yeah, I buy my charges, my grenades.
You you finish your rest period and start heading to work. During your next shift of work, you will be working outside the station, performing weekly maintenance on the protective buffers that reside on the whole of the station.
Copy.
They are constantly being pelted by small ice fragments and rocks that
Mhm.
constantly need to be changed out.
Understandable.
As the station is relatively close in proximity to
Yeah.
the planet's
And I
orbit.
imagine as we move in orbit.
Yeah, as you move in orbit, you get closer or further and spin around.
Mhm.
Um,
All sorts of adjustments.
You will be working as a team with 4 others. Another dwarf by the name of Baltran. Baltran.
Okay. Train.
Baltran. A male Vesk by the name of Moltralin. DMO.
Oh. Sorry.
DMO.
Okay.
We're doing this.
TRALAN.
Multi. Yes.
Moltralin.
Okay.
And a human by the name of Athea. ATHEA. And a Yosoki by the name of Quig.
I was waiting for that.
UUIG.
Gerald.
Yeah. I'd be like, I think I know you're one of the brothers.
Although
Such a
you,
familiar name.
although you guys namely refer to him as Puncture,
Okay.
since he's always getting holes torn in his spacesuit.
Yeah.
That's about right.
Cousin of yours.
He's one of the ones that dies, I assure you.
But the way Yosoki society works, they're probably all my cousins.
Yeah. In a sense.
It is very in-depth.
Yeah. You're sitting there, you're like, oh no, he's like my cousin.
It's like my third cousin.
Yeah, I don't-
It's remote.
I don't really deal with him much. He's kinfolk.
And my second cousin, we're not close at all.
No, he's like a couple stars.
But you 5 get your gear together along with and head out to the outside of the space station itself. You guys all rig up, make sure you're all attached to the station itself, and head outside. You'll be working basically on the top. What would be the top of the station. There are 5 main panelings that need to be changed out.
Okay.
The panelings themselves, they roughly weigh each about 60 to 80 pounds, depending on how much padding they have.
Okay.
In space, salvageable.
Are they just big like stainless steel panels, or are they like?
They're a little bit more compacted than steel.
Okay.
They're built to take a beating. And they're built to withstand high pressurization from impact.
Okay.
Since when something impacts it creates a huge amount of pressure on a specific spot. So they're built out of a different material than steel. It's a mixture of like a carbon alloy mixed with adamantium.
Okay. Carbon adamantium. So it's expensive.
It is expensive. The whole station's expensive.
Yeah. I would imagine if that would be.
But revolving around the planet itself, there's about 6 other stations. Each has a team that coordinates with each other so that they don't run into each other.
Yeah.
That takes constant work
Yeah.
and maintenance.
Those are literally our.
It's one of your main jobs too.
Yeah. What am I thinking of? Like an air traffic control.
Basically, yeah. Seeing as the ring is only in like a specific spot, there's 6 stations that revolve closely around the rings.
Yeah.
None of them reside near or towards the planet, otherwise you would plummet into the planet.
Yeah. Okay.
Um,
Strong gravity. I see.
and none reside within the ring because there is too much debris.
Am I aware of the planet destroying weapon, or is that somewhere else? Okay. So as far as I know, I'm just here mining.
As far as you know, you're here mining for drinking water.
Mm-hmm.
During this maintenance period, I could have you perform a series of checks for me.
Engineering checks, physical science,
Let's do
computers even. I can do a whole series of.
2 engineering checks,
Okay.
There's also the fact that
a profession check,
resources
and
just
a
kind of
survival
appear. Like nobody, there's no ships that come in and bring them. They just appear out of nowhere. We have no idea.
12.
Cool.
You don't know where anything comes from?
Nope.
Okay.
Was
Okay.
engineering
Seem to get seem
profession
to get ships or resources.
is
Are you
16.
also part of the
Yeah.
Imperium?
Survival will be.
All I know is I'm amazed.
I'm not so.
All I know is I just shoot people for money.
So 21.
But sometimes I bring them in alive. You know, they're not
Changing the 5 panelings
one of them.
basically takes the entire amount of your
Take away, I can't do that.
Like
It's a very slow process.
antenna
very
Imagine what
fun.
that 12
what I
at start of the shift. I'm like,
hold on.
You're groggy from your rest and you hit this and drink a little bit.
Yeah.
And it's
yeah, because I needed to get to sleep and I was like,
I'll be alright. Just drink it all.
yeah, you know, I'll be alright.
Yeah, sometimes you do stay for 40 hours.
I want it right.
But it takes a good while, even with the help of Joyce.
Yeah, we
and
can't
your
record
other
this
team members.
campaign. I will lose whatever job.
That's the communicating.
And this comes out.
I gotta put on one panel, one bolt shoots off, punctures there. It misses it by that much.
Near miss.
That's what the net 20 was.
Yeah. But yeah, you guys safely put it all together. Each of the 5 panelings.
Mhm.
Can't wait to find out.
Bitch.
You guys start heading into the station again. You're next to what's her name? Thea.
At the
As you're getting her inside, you don't really hear anything. It's in space, and there's not really anything besides what you can hear from your own
Yeah.
breath.
no one can hear you scream.
Yeah. But if you can make me a reflex check.
Absolutely.
Go.
17.
17.
Good rolls. You did get good rolls.
I've had decent ones so far, yeah.
I had pretty bad.
This is a good day. It was a good one. We don't
That
change.
was-
Yeah.
Yeah, that was one of the bad ones.
Yeah.
That one's fun.
I think I just looked at it and something was like,
As you're heading
The guy kind of
inside,
looks like bone.
it does.
you do see, as you're opening the outside bay doors,
For a
you
6
see
man.
kind of like a whitish wisp
Mm.
kind of move past.
Like a chunk of ice? Or...
Like small,
I will
seems like it glistens as it moves by.
I
Turn
am
around
not well
and you check
liked.
to see if he is coming in.
I'll
And
take over.
you look
I
and
have
you see
some
she's
so
about
I'll take over.
10 feet away from you as it looks like a piece of snapped her cable
Yellow red.
attaches her to the station.
She's drinking
Okay.
poison.
Sick.
You were the last 2 to there.
I mean, this could make a kill.
So I essentially have to figure out a way to.
Get a bit of hot.
Start twitching.
Yeah.
How long do our strands extend out?
About 6.
She just snapped.
She just.
Still don't think I feel it anymore.
Joyce doesn't have any rockets that can help with that, so she'd be useless.
No. Joyce is on the metal side of the ship itself.
Yeah. I just.
She's kind of using her arms to grapple.
What are we anchored to? Yeah.
You yourself are anchored. Think of it as like just like a rod that goes across the outside
Okay.
of the station.
I was thinking
It's attached at certain points. And you have like a clip. It's not very
Yeah.
exotic,
I'll
very rudimentary.
make a leap out and try and grab the end of her.
Make another reflex check. Or acrobat.
It's gonna be pretty mediocre. Acrobatics would not be better. Good reflex would be
11.
okay.
You jump out and try and get onto her. As you reach out to her rope, it just kind of slips away from your fingers as it just keeps flying towards her.
Fuck.
Um,
Oh my. I don't know if we have a radio set up, but I start saying,
you do have a radio system to be able to talk.
Yeah,
and speak
whatever
to each
the
other.
fuck it-
She is currently screaming at this moment.
yeah. So I assume the other guys have heard, and
Yeah, they have heard.
I give them the exact coordinate where we're at and
Okay.
where I see her floating.
Ultralin responds back to you. He's what's the next one in there? The other two have already taken off their suits at this point, so they're unable to help.
They're like, fuck.
But he said he'll be out there in about 30 to 60 seconds. It's the fastest that he can get out to. You still are extending. You're about 30 to 40 feet at this point.
Okay, I don't have anything that I can grab her. Only I could do is see if I could throw out a grenade to see if it would blow her back. Like if I used a smoke grenade or something.
She keeps whisking out towards the stars. You start to see that she pulls out one of her utility knives. Her pack is malfunctioning, so she's unable to use propulsion from it.
Mm-hmm.
So she's going to go ahead and try and cut a hole in her suit to try and shoot her off towards you.
I see what she's getting at, yeah.
Yeah.
I try and coordinate me and Joyce to like triangulate so we can
Okay.
essentially like if she goes this way, then Joyce can get her. I can get her this way.
Okay. Make a. No.
No, it wouldn't do that.
I would.
Float, no.
I would
doing?
I would say make
Where you trying to
a
go?
diplomacy check. Five. Okay. Joyce takes the command and tries to move into a position she thinks would be a good place.
Yeah, she just keeps moving. I'm like, wait, that can't fuck.
And
I assume I'm not paying attention to exactly where I'm at. Neither of us are in a good spot.
Thea is going to try and cut herself.
She can't even cut her suit.
She cuts the suit, but not in a good place. She just kind of looks at it. She's in a state of panic. She just looks at her arm and just takes the knife, and as soon as she punctures, it's just
Right there, yeah. And now she's spinning.
now she's spinning. She is heading in your direction,
It's better.
but it is not the greatest place. Make another reflex check.
12.
You were spinning in space. Do you think you'd realize you were spinning?
I think so.
I mean, if you couldn't see everything around
Yeah.
you moving.
I mean, there's still G-forces in space.
Yeah.
Yeah, but once like the initial acceleration would obviously give you a rush, but after that point, like
You would still just be spinning.
you'd be spinning, but would you feel it?
I feel like you would, because they train astronauts for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And some pass out during the spin.
Yes, they do.
So,
But I think they're doing that to train for like takeoff and landing and stuff.
right. But if there's still the G-force factor, your head is still going to get that rush
Mhm.
constantly.
And since there's no gravity to
I mean,
slow
would
you
it be
down.
constant, or would it only be during the acceleration? Because at a certain point, it's all going to equal.
Well, at certain point, but if there's no gravity to act against it, you would just be in a constant state of inertia.
Right, but that's what I'm saying is if you're in a constant state, like if I was moving through space in a single direction, like I'm not going to realize I'm moving
eventually notice?
after the acceleration's done.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, you could be moving at like 6,000 miles an hour and not feel like you're moving.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But if you're spinning, I feel like you would realize
I
that
guess because you're
spinning.
changing direction constantly.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyways,
Yeah. Well, and,
this is a totally
and she's
we can get back.
and her suit's pressurized. She can see the station.
Yeah, she can see the station and the planet just...
Yeah. So imagine she's like, there it goes.
I
And
mean,
there it
yeah,
goes.
obviously she knows she's spinning. I'm like,
Yeah.
if I was in the void of space,
And you were
couldn't
just
see anything.
and you were just pirouetting.
Yes.
Her fortitude save wasn't great either. So as she spins towards you, she passes out.
Standard, yeah.
As you can hear the blaring of an alarm going off within your suit. As you have like a little HUD display of like a red beacon light, her suit just flash.
Yeah, and I imagine it's probably her life support or whatever.
But make one last reflex check.
That'd be 20, 30, 20.
30, 20? Okay. You manage to grab onto her arm as she flies past you. She pulls you as well
Yeah,
as she's flying towards it. Your drone is going to try and position itself real quick before you guys slam into the side of the station.
We'll see
If you're still attached.
Yeah. I'm still attached, luckily, but hopefully I can, if we slam hard enough, I can hold on to it.
What's the reflex check for your drone?
For my drone, it's actually, I think it's friends with reflex. It's no, not just for the two, but it does 4, which I forget what that was.
And okay.
Reflex, poor save, I don't remember what a poor save does. But it has a dex of 12. So.
Yeah, +1. 8. Okay. It tries to get as close as it can, but instead it just yanks on your support cable to try and bring you back to the station instead of catching you.
It's something.
You guys both slam into the side of the station.
Mm-hmm.
You take 4 points of bludgeoning damage as you're slammed into the side. Your inertia stops.
So that comes out of the stamina points first.
Comes out of stamina.
Okay, so 6.
But your drone then starts slowly reeling you back in. It just clasps onto the rope and it has like wheels, so just
Yeah.
pulls you towards it.
Using its manipulator.
Yes.
Not the punchy arms.
You throw yourself into the doors and close the doors as fast as you can. Moltralen is there as well, helping pull you in. You get her inside. They take off the suit, make sure that she has good vitals. She's still alive.
Yeah, I imagine she's just unconscious.
She's unconscious. She has a little bit of blood coming down. There's a crack on her faceplate.
Yeah, I would imagine.
But all is good as well. End of the shift. They take Athea to the infirmary.
Yeah, we're gonna call it Jumper now.
Yep.
That's nice. Jumper.
Jumper. That's what you'll call her.
Yeah. Everybody gets bad nicknames around here. That works.
Before you know it, your break is coming up. Got a long day.
Not late for dinner.
Alcoholic, hey. It's hereditary.
You mosey back to the spaceship, trying to get yourself back into the mood of whatever you do around the spaceship.
Yeah.
Puncture actually comes up to you and asks for a favor.
No, I can't make you a puncture safe suit. The second he goes, a favor. I can't do
A
that.
favor. I can't. It's happening.
No blood. No blood.
Yeah, no blood.
I just want a little bit of blood.
Unless
A little bit of-
unless you want to wear plate armor puncture, I can't make
I
you
was-
a puncture
It's
resistance.
close to solving elk.
It's always
That was.
If I had just a little bit of blood
yeah.
from that full-on motherfucker.
Puncture comes up to you.
Hello?
As I'm eating.
As you're eating.
Yes.
Tall drink? Tall drink.
It sounds like tall drink. Yes, I was going to make
Tall
that
drink.
joke.
Tall drink.
Yeah, tall drink.
Tall drink. Tall drink. I can ask you for a favor.
Right.
But during my next shift at work, I'm going to be working on some of the maintenance computer arrays for the satellite system that keeps us within orbit. Some of the wiring is getting a bit hot inside. And before a fire starts, I'd like to change it.
Yes. Yeah, that was somewhere on the docket, I believe. Yeah.
If it would be okay if I could use Joyce for the programming and helping, as well as the wiring.
Yeah, I don't see any problem.
Alright. I just wanted to check in real quick to see if that was alright.
I wouldn't see why.
That'll just be in the next shift, but I just wanted to come ask you. I did hear that the Matt's team was coming
Yes.
later on.
Yes.
The Mets are coming.
The Mets are coming.
Go Mets, baby.
Yes, they'll be here next rotation, I believe.
Very good. That sounds exciting.
Yeah.
Go Mets.
It'd be nice. I've
all about
got to
the
write
Mets.
programs, but I could add in a little program for Choice to help you out with the maintenance in the meantime. But
If you could, that would be awesome.
Yeah.
If you'd like, I can
White
also
Sox
help out
from
with
New York?
programming or
Is that the other baseball team?
you can give me the specs, and I'll just, fit it in as best I can.
I can do that. I'll be around in maybe an hour.
Yeah, that's about how long it'll take.
He goes off to get the program.
Yeah, and I start writing up a simple maintenance routine.
The hour passes. You get your stuff done.
Want me to roll anything for that? Just like a computer check, even.
Do an engineering.
Just engineering. Okay. Dirty 20.
30 total. Oh.
That was 14.
And Puncture comes back to you. He has written out the plans
Hmm.
and has the design inlaid for you for Joyce.
Okay. And start porting that over. Processing crunch numbers.
If you'd like, you can make a sense note.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see. So 15.
15. Everything seems to be there that you need.
Yeah. I don't see anything out of the normal. Nothing looks weird in its numbers, to my knowledge.
Everything looks good. Forward it over to Joyce,
Mhm.
and during your next shift, they'll take control of Joyce and
Yeah. And I tell
help
him
out the systems.
pretty much just to put this little chip in his thing so he can give her the commands.
Okay.
It's temporary, but
He appreciates it
Mhm.
and
Just in case.
goes back to whatever he was doing before,
Yeah.
and leaves you to your own devices. Eventually, the next rotation rolls by during
Mhm.
your break. The Mats team shows up. The Mats.
It's about the Mets.
I have like a suit on.
Think of dwarves.
I don't even know what to look. I imagine I have like a button-up shirt or something.
Yeah.
What's your character look like, anyways?
I think he's got darker hair. He might have. It looked like he might have had an undercut once upon a time. He's got little like cyberpunk lines going back to his cerebral cortex there.
He's got an
I-
Oxford in his
Yeah,
head.
and I think I do have something to connect with Joyce via my hand as well. I'm not sure. I remember it said somewhere in my class that I had some sort of interface.
Like pinky.
Yeah, he's probably got. Probably got like a couple pages. And it's like 4 or 5. Stocky.
He's 4 or 5.
Yeah, 4 or 5.
Pretty young.
4 or 5.
Okay.
Short.
Yeah.
He's like 4 or 5.
Yeah.
He's like 4 or 5 years old.
Yeah. Yeah. With a full job. The second I turn 2 off, I'm out of here. Yes.
You're 2 years old now, son.
Yeah.
Time to find a job.
Yeah, don't you know dwarven years are like 20 years, you know?
4 or 5.
Yeah.
It's just like
Danny DeVito.
Yeah.
Dan DeVito or like
I don't want to be Danny DeVito.
You're Danny. Dark hair. And short.
Yes, I guess.
what was the one guy's name? He was in like not Spy Kids, but Shark Boy and Lava Girl.
Mm.
Big face.
George Lopez?
George Lopez. Like during the George Lopez show when they would do flash.
Oh my god.
So it looks like a big head. Yeah. That's fair, actually.
That's how you looked when you're 2 years old.
The beard isn't super long. It's right here and it's braided up and it's got just metal beads here and there. A couple wires.
Yeah. You dress up as best you can. You have like
Yeah.
working shorts and like a polo shirt,
I
short sleeve.
I just look like a miner.
You look like a suburban dad.
Yeah.
A suburban dad or like a general store manager.
Yeah. And I like for some reason was like, I'll put a pocket protector. That'll look fancy.
Like a little pen.
Yeah.
Dad shit.
Yeah. It's one of the. It's like a Doctor Who's pen, but it's like maybe it's a tiny screwdriver. That's it.
A real pen, be like the equivalent of just carrying around a quill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You still use pens?
Still use pens?
For the novel.
Yeah. Sometimes I like to write on paper.
But you meet up with the Mott's team and Matt's team. There's 4 of them. 2 of them are in kind of nicer suits. The other ones are more of like a security.
Okay. So 2 executives, 2 other guys.
Yeah, 2 other guys and 2 execs. You guys go into like one of your guys' just like meeting areas and has like some tables and chairs and stuff for like not conversations, but like communicate. Like, it's like a communications room.
Oh, okay. Yeah. It's a conference room?
A conference room.
Yeah.
But like there's a digital table in the center that you guys have actual meetings that pop up.
Okay, so like we'll be able to use it.
Yeah.
Okay.
You guys meet in there. You guys talk for a little bit. You show
Yeah, I throw up the specs.
the specs.
I tell them about Joy. I say she doesn't have to be equipped with tracks. You can put legs. You can put little jets. You can do whatever.
You give your little speech. Make a diplomacy check.
It's not great. I would like to point out that while I'm talking, none of the images match up on the table. And this here, and there's probably me in the bathroom.
Shit.
Next slide. Next slide.
So I go in there. I think I'm killing it.
You think you're
I
good.
think I'm doing great.
They're pretty much giving you the same face the whole time. They're understanding. They have a business to run, so they're kind of going through each individual kind of spec.
Yeah, and like I'm like she's still in early stages. Like,
Yeah.
this is all I can do. But
This is what I've got. This is my system.
she has the potential.
Um,
Right now, the operating system is coded by myself, and
Did you do that?
look at the biggest security guard. Is that you?
How do you say, excuse me?
God damn, man! I'm trying to sell something here.
You finish up the board meeting. It's a rough hour.
Yeah.
You're nervous. You got some sweat going.
Oh, I imagine I have pit stains by the end of it.
Yeah, pit stains. It's like a bluish polo shirt, like light blue. And
Yeah.
Oh,
it's
no.
got, like, dark.
Yeah, dark.
But you finish up the board meeting. You shake their hands, and they say they'll get in touch.
And I just
We'll
go,
reach out to you.
yeah, and it's like, okay,
Uh,
thank you for this opportunity.
yeah,
Thank you for this opportunity.
basically.
Thank you for this opportunity.
For that reason,
But Mark Cuban, no.
Before they head out, you feel the whole station kind of shift.
It's not a great shift.
Not a great shift. It doesn't usually shift
Like-
this.
Like as in like the whole.
Because you guys do have artificial gravity in the ship itself, and you are thrown to one side.
Sick.
And so are the execs.
They don't. Yeah. Thank God nobody will know about my bad pitch.
Joyce comes peeling out from one of the
Does she
corners.
do like R2D2 style? Just fuck it up.
And comes running up to you, speaking like all mannerisms of digital gibberish to you.
Fucking.
And
010011110. Slow down.
she speaks in binary with the
Like, no, but
1001.
like she doesn't take time to put it through the process. It's just zeros and ones. It's just raw data.
It's just raw data
Yeah.
coming out. She hasn't had time to process it
Yeah.
into a vocalization.
Joyce.
Will you calm her down real quick?
Slap.
I just kind of like flick a couple, give her a little power cycle.
Yeah, give her
Turn it back on again. So like, hold on.
Tolfin, there's a major issue.
Is it the gravity?
It's not the gravity, it's the station. Me and Puncture were working on the station and
Quick.
Yeah. Quick, something happened. I don't know what. Everything looked normal, and then it was not.
Where's Quick?
He was over by the main console. We need you.
I start heading over immediately.
Start heading over immediately.
Just fucking Puncture.
The execs are all you two.
Okay. Yeah, they just see me just.
It's part of the pitch, right?
You're like, yeah, this is definitely part of my presentation.
What
You want fear in action? Yeah. Literally, like I'm like ready as well.
But you run over to the main console, and you do start to smell smoke in the air.
Like electrical smoke,
Like burning rubber, plastic, electrical smoke.
yeah, not a good smoke.
Not a good smoke.
Yeah.
You run over to the main console. It's about a few minutes away.
Mm.
But you run over there.
Is the gravity still
Gravity's
off
still
the whole time?
It's shifting
Okay.
off to one side.
Okay, so it should take me probably like a minute to get there. But like,
Yeah.
fucking shit.
Everything is like on a tilt.
Yeah. Do we have grav boots at all? Okay, so I'm stumbling.
Yeah, you're stumbling through it.
Yeah, and Joyce is probably happy, but she's fine.
She's okay with kind of her treads.
Yeah.
She kind of slips up.
Oh yeah, I know. I'm sure on some of the spots.
But you run over to the main console. There is a fire burning underneath of it. As the console is sparking electrical.
I did
zapping.
buy a fire extinguisher.
Didn't buy a fire extinguisher. There are some nearby.
I would hope so. Yeah.
Um,
I send Joyce out to get one.
Joyce goes and grabs two with her working arms, gives one to you.
Mhm.
As you guys both point towards the fire and
Yeah,
start
just-
extinguishing it
different.
in different directions.
Picture.
Pincer attack the fire.
Pretty much. I just tell her containment.
Yeah. You get the fire down to a negotiable point.
Mhm. Where it's not dangerous, I
But
imagine.
the console is fried.
Just completely.
Um,
I assume the motherboard, everything's just.
Everything's basically gone. Puncture's nowhere to be found. And neither is the rest of your group. The execs are still with you.
I check the radio once
You
or
check the
twice.
radio and there's static on the radio. Communications don't seem to be working properly as well. You try and type in a few things into the computer to see if anything's functioning. Make a computer check.
618.
18?
Yeah.
You check the systems and see what all is malfunctioning in the ship itself.
Yeah, because I would assume that that computer's broken. I just have Joyce plug into
Executives
it.
said
Yeah,
Bob
she also helps out.
we made the
with process
joke.
as well.
This is part of the pitch.
You're able to open up the blast
Choices
shutters
in action.
nearby to check and see what's going on, maybe outside
Okay.
as well. And it does look like you guys are getting closer to the ring itself of ice.
Okay.
You gather that maybe something within the anchor of the actual satellite has started malfunctioning too, and you guys are slipping out of orbit. Or something else could be happening, and you guys are being thrusted towards the planet. You're
Okay.
not quite sure
I'd
which.
like to start switching through the radio channels and putting out SOS to the other stations, the crews.
Okay. You start switching through other channels, and like I said, communications
Yeah.
isn't also working really either.
Yeah.
You do manage to put out an SOS.
Yes, and I leave a little code and Joyce to put on repeat and SOS.
You do that as well. Some of the execs are getting a little frightened at this point.
I'm just like, look, this doesn't happen every day, alright.
But you try and do as much as you can. Moltrelin and Athea come out as well.
Yeah.
As they come rushing up to you, start asking you what's going on, so communications are
Yeah,
down.
all I know is Puncture was here doing some maintenance. So we're sideways.
Has anybody seen Puncture?
Not a clue. Joyce said she saw him a few minutes ago, and then he just I haven't seen him since. Yeah, I'm just trying to run any sort of diagnostic while
Okay.
Do we have any little crawl spaces that Joyce can fit? I sent her looking through, checking wires.
Yeah, there's some crawl spaces.
I send her on a little.
You send her on a little escapade.
Yeah.
She'll be back in a little bit.
Yeah,
trying to figure out
just
what
on
she
a just on a maintenance subroutine, nothing special.
You start looking into the computer base as well.
Mhm.
You move around a little bit to see like what the issue is.
Yeah. Which sensors exactly are going
Yeah.
on?
And you come across something odd, and what you see on the screen itself, kind of like a message that pulls up on the screen. It's a series of notes. As it goes through, it starts to several systems were deactivated.
Via the Joyce.
Deactivates.
We're all doomed from the start. That's what he said. That's what I read.
Can't trust
You're
her.
all fucked. Yeah, pretty much.
But the messages pop up on screen, and everybody in the room look to you, and the execs. You did this? You did this sensation?
Well, I was like, well, if you look at the timestamp here, it's when I was in the
I don't
meeting.
care
with
about
you.
the timestamp. It has your name written on
I understand that.
it. Your robot that you were just pitching to us also did this to the station too. We're all gonna die now.
I can just
At least you can't fire me.
Yeah. What are you going to kill me? I understand that it says in big bold letters who it is, but I assure you it's a fucking rat.
Always blame the rat. Is that how it is?
In this instance, yes. Puncture hit you right through the heart.
You try and kind of sway as much as you can.
Diplomacy, I guess. Yeah, that's going to be
Yeah,
3.
Three. Yeah, you try and flip and flop.
Kill those freaking
I don't never seen
Yeah,
this.
I'm like-
This is me.
I'm like,
We were at the border.
yeah, I was like, look at this guy. Explain. And they're like, yeah, but you're a robot. I'm like,
So you try and explain, but one of the execs tells their bodyguards to seize you. Both of them grab your sides, and you feel something in the back of your head that's hard and rough, basically, as you're conked out. As you fall unconscious. That will bring us there.
Feeling like you need a drink from your stash.
You wake up. You appear to be in some sort of wagon. A man in blue armor turns to you.
I've been waiting. You're awake.
You finally awake.
You do reawaken after something.
After something. Is that how I'm going to meet everyone in the goddamn prison?